The losers bracket, Underdog Cup number 2, catering towards the Division 4 and 5 teams. And I actually snuck in and checked out some of the profiles. Both of these teams are all over the place. We literally have a bronzy on one side, we have a silver player on each side, a plat player on each side, and a gold player on each side. There are a couple of differences, but this is the general level of play here. We're looking at the lower 2 divisions of HeroesLounge.gg. And our first map in the best of 3 series is Infernal Shrine. So a quick reminder, this tournament is really designed to just shed a bit more of a spotlight onto Heroes Lounge just as a general amateur league and scene, but also to give teams here a bit of a chance, you know, to have some fun, to play a little bit, and it's just something a bit different. Trying to boost the grassroots here slightly, and that's what we're trying to do. We had already the first Underdog Cup, which catered towards the teams in Division 2 and 3, and now we're looking at Division 4 and 5. It's a smaller tournament, 8 teams, double elimination bracket, no shenanigans with group stage or anything of the sorts, but we have a draft restriction, and that actually plays a role, plays a big role for a lot of these teams on the tactical side. Every hero can only be played once within a series. And I've now gotten feedback from a lot of the teams already that, especially when it comes to game number 3, that is something that causes problems for some people. They have to play heroes that they haven't really played before, or that they don't have all that much experience with. They're really trying to just tactically ban out and pick away heroes that they know the opponent wants to play. And it seems like they had a lot of fun. I got quite a few responses already, and they all said that it's an interesting thing and it forces them to think differently, and that it's a lot of fun to just try and theory craft a bit about all of this. So players seem to be very much on board, and now that we're moving through the lower bracket, we're of course getting slowly and steadily towards that grand final where we already have a team waiting. This is still game number 1, so when it comes to draft restrictions, nothing really kicks in just yet. That's going to start with map number 2. We have father and son already banned out as Sigma Males is going up against Team Space. And yeah, apparently they're called... I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think I called them the entire time Sigma Male. But they are apparently a little bit more popular, so they are receiving more males than only one. Yeah, apparently that Saudi Arabian prince is sending them additional information. And then, of course, there's always some penis enlargement advertisements that you will end up in your email folder one way or another. So, yes, they are very popular. They're getting more than just one mail. My apologies. Apparently, I have been selling them a bit short there. They are way more popular than initially expected. Dehaka as the first pick on Infernal Shrines. Jojo banned out, and we also have a ban on Diablo. We get a Dreadlord, though. Jaina comes in. You have a little bit of burst damage through Jaina. Not really the mage that I would have seen with this big of a priority necessarily, but Vala is now being played, so once again the question what kind of build is going to be executed here. We've seen all builds so far in the tournament. Actually, I don't think that's true. I actually think that the multi-shot build has not been played here. I believe that was the first Underdog Cup where we saw that. So we get Garrosh Dehaka, Vala so far for damage. Jaina, if we get some Ring of Frost play, then they would need something to set this up. The reason why I'm a bit surprised is because so far Jaina hasn't really been a high priority for the teams. What we saw most of the time is, for example, Kelthas. We've seen Gul'dan quite a bit, and a lot of bans also against Mephisto, but she can of course take camps very quickly with her rotation and yeah, do her thing. On the other hand, we now have Rega also eliminated. That would add additional AoE on the shrine, and of course that burst heal. And if they are trying to burst targets down with Jaina, that is going to be helpful for them. Still a bit curious what they are adding as additional damage. Tanks, plenty to go around. Not really something that I'm worried too much at this point. Obviously, you want to have a stun setup for Jaina. Stitches gets banned. Seems like Sigma Males has already been more or less thinking along the same lines. We're like, okay, if they get a hook and then you have the slow, you have the burst damage, how about we're not going to let Stitches go in there? There's still plenty to choose from. But we'll see. Some of the teams have, by the way, said that they would have loved to play Cho'Gall, but it got banned against them all the time. So teams are doing their homework and are looking at preference picks on the other side. We get Mirrodin and we get Leo. Oh, Schallsweffer. So Leoric is in the house. The janitor is ready to absolutely demolish everyone. Tassadar and Whitemane. Okay, Whitemane in game number 1 already, and we get Tassadar for added damage on... the shrines. Question is, of course, immediately what kind of build we're going to get here. And then last but not least, the final pick for Team Space on the first map of this best of 3 series. Grand final is a best of 5, by the way. So their hero pools will be heavily reduced as we're moving through the maps. Potentially ending up on a 5th one, which would be wild. Oh, we get Phoenix! Alright. Neither of those damage dealers were anticipated by me for a first game in the series. But hey, I'll take it. Lower bracket, Underdog Cup number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head straight into the first map of the series. Infernal Shrines, Sigma Males in blue. On the left, we got Lizzie Ryan on Tacita. I'm getting Static Charge on level 1 here. Moondark on Garrosh. Jacqueline on Vala. Anafas is playing Dehaka for the blue team. And Hermit is on white main. To the right side of the map, Team Space with Amphora on Leoric, Austin's Renewal on level 1. We're getting Quibi on Jaina, Echo on Phoenix. Primordial King is playing Muradin, and, well, the Fox is playing Brightwing. They're still waiting for Vala to make a choice, and it is an auto-attack build. So, not playing around multi-shot or anything of the sorts. We're just going straight up auto-attacks here. White main is just flying around on her little broom, which I actually still like as a skin and also a thing. I mean, not only does she have a quite cute cat there in the back, but also I think that the whole broom thing is a pretty cool twist. So, already a quick drag against Leo, but you should be able to easily get out there. Lots of damage coming through right from the start as the two teams are colliding in the middle of the map. Quick reminder, this is the loser's bracket. Whoever loses this series is out of the tournament. Oh, Jaina is gone and Vala survives. That was a close call. Nicely done by Garrosh. If she would have died there, that's 5% of the attack speed gone. That comes with the Gambit crest that she took on level 1. So, very good job saving her here. Collects the additional globes that we now have down in the bottom of the map, and with the first blood in the hands of Sigma Males, they're off to a decent start. So, right now, top side, that's where we have Leo. The blue team is trying to take control of the bot lane camp first. The Haka is now rotating, as they also should here. And Tacita is just going brrrr, full on auto attack for him. Jaina writes a cookie. Christmas is always dangerous. I mean, honestly, every single time that Christmas comes around, I'm kind of promising myself that I will lay off the gingerbread, and then they edit in all of the supermarkets again, and I'm just like, a little bit of gingerbread can't hurt, and all of a sudden I'm gonna get it every single day. It's just too damn good. Christmas is a dangerous time. Very dangerous time. It's cold, you don't really want to go outside, so you're kind of stuck inside, and there's just gingerbread and cookies everywhere, and yeah. Very dangerous. Very delicious too, but also very, very dangerous. It's also a bit of a dangerous spot for Phoenix over here. The tactical pause might help him. With Amphora at the top, we now have Tacita down at the bottom of the map, but it doesn't really seem like anybody disconnected. So I assume that we have... I mean, there's only a couple of explanations of what exactly is going on here. We don't have a name tag here, so maybe he disconnected after all, or it's just because he's in the air. But if it's not a disconnect, then you have a couple of options. Either you have really bad internet and your brother decided that he's going to use the bandwidth to download porn, then you have two options. If it's a smaller brother, you just go over to his room, slap him around a little bit, tell him that you're playing a game, and then you're totally fine. If it's your older brother, then you have a problem. Then you will just have to wait and play through the lag. But that's just Darwin. Darwin at work. So that's just what it is. Another explanation is that you live with your mom and she all of a sudden decided that it's time to eat. And so that could be a thing. Who's playing Phoenix again? Echo, time for food! But mom, I'm playing a tournament! Something like that. So either one of those explanations is absolutely likely. We don't know what it is, but Echo, I mean... they can save him, they can't save him, they want to save him, they're trying to save him, and they actually save him. But, oh, they don't, and they don't save Brightwing either. Oh, boy. So, yep, that's 2 down, and I think they're now going for the third. Oof! Oh my god, somebody got spanked, and it's Team Space. 4 kills to 0. Seems like that is a theme these days, though. Whenever Brightwing is moving into a target that's more or less already lost, it just ends with Brightwing dying too. And don't get me wrong, I love Brightwings getting killed as much as the next guy. I'm just saying that at this point, I'm starting to have some sympathies for Brightwing. I mean, it is a sacrificial soul there at the end of the day. So the fruit fly is always willing to just jump in no matter how much danger someone is in, just to try and see if maybe the rescue is on the table. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. So, yeah. Now, on top of that, we have the perfect storm in. We should still ask, I mean, honestly, given how quickly they resolved the pause, don't know what you guys think, my money is on younger brother. I mean, if you disagree, just let me know, but I think it was clearly younger brother. That was just solved way too quickly. So, first shrine is up, and with a level 7 talent advantage, off we go. We're already having a lead for Sigma males now, thanks to that extra talent, and they're blowing Jaina up immediately. Jaina is just gone. Vala is working her auto attacks here, and the red team is kind of thrown off that point. They should retreat. I don't know why they're still here. You are down in heroes and a talent, not really the spot where you want to play. Phoenix is dead and gets murdered. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Phoenix is just like a dead Protoss that got reanimated, right? Like, they put him into a machine and then made him walk around like a zombie. So that's all there's to it. It's already a little bit on the weird side from the start. Vala has apparently cracked an energy drink or two, because she's just tumbling around like a bunny on speed, hopping around completely mad. They get the Mortar Punisher. The bait over the wall is there. Quick jump straight into Meridian's face. Budget Gimli is gone! So he's eliminated. That is the end of Meridian. Yep, they burned his beard and everything. Now, as we're now jumping onto that first fort, it doesn't really seem like anybody is going to be able to save this. And this is just mad momentum that is now coming out here. They're trying for Phoenix again. He's trying to warp away. Spoiler alert, he's not making it either. Gets killed by the Punisher. Oh, what a wall! Donald would be proud. They nearly get the kill on Jaina too, but damn, Tassadar. I mean, honestly, that is a wall that Mexico would be happy to pay for. That is an artwork right there. Woof. This is like some proud craftsmanship that we're getting from Lizzie Ryan. Kudos. I am very, very impressed. Leo is also gone. That's 9 kills to 0. We have level 10 on the board already. They're just sieging up for that keep in the middle. And the Harkers in the meantime rotating between the lanes, just saying, you guys don't need me, right? They're going through them like hot butter through cheese. They're absolutely destroying them here. The entire team is just saying bye-bye.
And we say bye-bye! Bye-bye!
It's insane. 11 kills to 0. They're absolutely cleaning house here. It is ridiculous. What's happening? We're 5 minutes in. They're starting to take the hit points off the keep. And the red team is just sitting there like, guys, what are we doing? Please, if you have children in the room, move them out. I will not pay any bills for professional help for the psychologists that they will need to deal in 10 years still with the trauma that they witnessed today. Because this what's happening right here is not legal in so many states. I don't even have the time to list them here. It is absolute bonkers. They are getting murdered one after another. A bunch of serial killers has been unleashed onto the Nexus, and they have all formed up in the form of Sigma males. They are brutalizing this. Team Space doesn't even know what's happening to them. They're getting slapped around so hard, they don't even know where they are. Murden is firing storm bolts around, just like trying to hit anything here. They still don't have level 10. There's 12 kills already on the side of the blue team. And after the keep in the middle got damaged, the fort got destroyed, the bot lane is now getting attacked too. And this wall is also about to fall. Sigma Male is currently high on their own success. Honestly, this is their game to lose. Vala is still just jumping from one side to the next. But, whew, that was the most intense 7 minute that we have seen at the beginning of any of the games in the Underdog Cup so far. Totally incredible. I mean, at this point, if they have a couple of bots playing for them, I would not be surprised here. It really feels like these guys just woke up. The red team thought, hey, we got an easy and chill Sunday, we're going to play some tournament. And they didn't get enough coffee. That is me when I didn't have my coffee in the morning. That's roughly what's going on there. So I'm actually just going to chalk this up to them not being properly repaired. You need to hydrate, you need to get your caffeine intake, and then you're being ready. But maybe we need to wait for map number 2 before that happens here. Mirrodin jumps in. They're trying to turn it around right now. They want the kill. Here comes the ult, and Garrosh gets wrecked. Mace to the face from the janitor. So at least Garrosh is gone. And that is the first kill for Team Space. There we go. They're starting to pull this off. 1 kill at a time. They haven't died yet. Not yet. Mirrodin, by the way, he thought Haymaker would be the way to go. Jaina went straight into the water elemental. And their next objective is already up. And even with Garrosh gone, they're just working on it. They're starting to get the lead here. Vala, again, she was always a little bit hyper. But there we have one tumble after another, activating, of course, Death Dealer and playing around this. But also trying to work in a few more auto attacks. Ah, he wanted to go for the Haymaker. Good move by Vala once that the jump came in. So she just repositioned onto the other side, or she would have been straight in the middle of the red team. That's an ult already down. Small cooldown, of course. But still. With this now, we have another Punisher coming in. Yes, this is only the second Punisher. You heard that right. Despite the fact that 2 forts are down and a keep has nearly been destroyed, this is only Punisher number 2. Vala is at more than 100 stacks. We now have 26,000 damage for Tacita, 16,000 for Jaina, and Vala is sitting at 24,000. So she's locked into a little prestige battle with Tacita. The side laners are still pushing. Level 13 is something that Team Space would love for the defense. Already the double stun, but yep, they're starting to slowly move in to take another wall down. The side lane or the side wall is already opened up, so they get some vision. They're starting to... not really the ult that Phoenix was hoping for here. Mirrodin jumps in, gets stunned out. There's no chance to unleash Haymaker. He tried, he was interrupted, put on a small cooldown. That's the end of Mirrodin, and now they're going for the keep at the bottom of the map. They still have the one in the mid lane super low, but they are just murdering. Holy hell! Like, wow. And then they decide to not take the keep down? Alright. Seems like a mercy play to me. They want to give them an opportunity. I love, by the way, how Dehaka just doesn't care about the entire fight. He just doesn't care about anything. Let's have a look at Dehaka. Let's have a look at the stats. Dehaka is right now at 7,100 damage. Just saying. So, he doesn't really have a whole lot. The team has been doing a ton here. Dehaka, he's just going for the minions. He's playing his own game. He's saying, like, boys, I'm going to use my PhD in PvE, and I'm going to take these nasty minions down. You do the rest. I might join you at some point, but right now, I'm just feeling it today. I'm a little bit sick, I have a bit of a sore throat, so how about no? Oh my god! Tacita! Stop! Stop! They're already dead! No! No! Leave them alone! Oh my god. Brutal! So, keep is gone. They could go for the keep at the bottom, but I think at this point it's pretty clear that the core should be next. Full 5-man team wipe. 18 kills, 2-1. And it is a total slaughter as Sigma Males just brutalizes Team Space, takes victory in game number 1, and therefore the lead in the best of 3 series here in the losers bracket. I mean, GG, tip to the head, my friend.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Cursed Hollow! Let's go! Game number 2. Team Space. Damn. Kudos to them for actually jumping straight into the game. I really expected after the first map and what happened there that they would be sitting here and just saying, we need a minute. We need a little bit of crisis management right now. But they jumped into the game immediately and they're ready to go. So, yeah, good for them. But wild. So Sigma Males with the 1-0 here. They were able to absolutely dominate game number 1. And yeah, the 10 heroes that have been played cannot be played again. I am very, very curious though what's happening in game number 2. Because I am looking at the red team and I just want them to to react. There needs to be a reaction here. Somebody needs to come up with a plan in order to make sure this doesn't happen again. So, yeah. Varian is the first one to get banned out again. Apparently they're very happy with their ban pattern. They banned Anduin as well on in game number 1. And maybe this is just something that they're generally trying to take away from the opponent's team because they figured out, hey, these are preference picks for them. So let's eliminate those. But they're hesitating a bit on the second ban, so it might be a different hero that they are taking out here. They also have first pick, so technically they could also get Anduin for themselves. And yeah, insane first game. Absolute insanity. But alright, we're taking a little bit of a breath and we're getting ready. Anduin still gets banned, so they're sticking with it. Jojo banned by Team Space. I mean, so far the bans are the exact same that we had in game number 1. I told you, one of the things that's really big for the teams here is that they can look at the match history, at the game history of other teams, not only in the context of this tournament, but also what they played in their divisions. And now that you have added that extra element of heroes only be playable once, they have more tactical tools that they can use to really push people out of their comfort zone. And it's much easier to do that on lower level players than it is on a top player that you know, has been playing the game for 10 years or more and is just absolutely able to use his entire hero pool here. And teams have been very, very actively trying to force those situations and really played around this. I mentioned it a bit in draft number 1, but it's a huge aspect that really needs to be in the back of everybody's head, because they've been doing this a lot. And everybody that talked to me about it has mentioned this. Yeah, we're trying to see how can we do the most damage with our drafts to the opponent. Now we get Stitches and Rhaegar. Quick reminder, in game number 1, Sigma males actually banned out Stitches on their 3rd ban, so they got rid of them. And I think at that point, they really screwed a bit with the plan of Team Space as well. So you can do a whole lot with the draft here. It's one thing if you're drafting in Hero League. This is also why I'm always advocating for people to sign up for HeroesLounge, because it's just totally different. Here you can do research on your opponent. You can really think about what do they like to play, and you can target ban certain people and also try and destroy strategies. So it has a whole other aspect to it than you just trying to play a certain hero. Chromie and Falstad, the choices on Cursed Hollow for them. And, well, with the final few bans coming in, now that you have Blaze for stun and then Chromie for direct damage, they're eliminating an Uberok, so no dive with stun plus Blaze follow-up. That's the idea for them here. But let's see what exactly Sigma Males is not going to get rid of. Falstad is eliminated, so there's no Gorge plus Falstad Gust. Anduin is already out. I don't think Medivh is going to be played, so I don't think it even needs a ban. But what are you worried about when you're going up against Stitches like this now? What's the follow-up? Rhaegar is already taken, so it's not like they are going in and taking, I don't know, Stukov, for example, or Uther for stun, Malfurion, Tyrande. They ban out Kel'Thas, probably for the very same reason. You want to avoid too many CCs being stacked onto the same target. So if you get gorged and then one crowd control spell after another hits you, you know you're in trouble. So they go for Hogger. And we get a Hanzo. So, a Hogger Hanzo for our rotation on the red team. And now, what's going to be the frontline pick for them? And their healer. Mal'Ganis? Okay. Really, really beefy, if played correctly, and hard to kill. And as the support... What's it going to be in Cursed Hollow in map number 2? Match point for them, obviously. We get Karazim. Okay. Solo Karazim here. A lot of mobility. Can easily dash out when gorged. 7-sided strike obviously would buy some time as well. Is that enough heal power? We'll see. It's a bold choice, as we're waiting for the final pick for game number 2. Now again, whoever loses moves out on the tournament, drops out, and the winner moves on to the next round of the losers bracket, as we are looking for the team to advance to the grand final. And we get Zeratul. Okay, this is getting interesting. Cursed Hollow, ladies and gentlemen, map number 2. Second game, Sigma Males is in the lead, and on the left side we have Mal'Ganis, played by Moonduck, Lizzie Ryan on Chromie, Hermit is playing Karazim, we got Anafas on Blaze, and Jacqueline on Falstad. Over on the right side of the map, Primordial King with our boy Stitches looking for those big hooks. We have Echo on Zeratul. Amphora is playing Hogger. So that's your front line right there. And Zeratul for the Falstad Hunt. We got Fox on Rhaegar. And Quibi is playing Hanzo. It is match point. Team Space needs to win 2 in a row if they want to advance to the next round of the tournament here. This time they got Stitches. So maybe that is going to be what helps them to push this a little bit further forward and do their thing. At this point, everybody's just dancing around the middle, waiting for Stitches to throw his hook out too. Yeah, minion waves get blown to pieces fairly quickly. There's the hook. Chromie gets healed immediately, gets back, but the kill is happening anyways, and it's a double. Hogger and Rhaegar both get dropped. Not the start that Team Space was looking for here. So they're starting to rotate around. Well, while the game plays out, guys, once again, also a quick reminder, if you want to support the stream and if you want to support tournaments like this, the prize money for both the Underdog Cup number 1 and 2 have been set up by me, then again, you can do that on patreon.com/Khaldor. If you watch this on YouTube right now, there's a link in the description, and it's the best way to support this. Well, Karasim would have needed some support here as well, because he went in to take down Hanzo, who was able to go out of the fight, survive with less than 10 hit points initially. So yeah, he needed some support as well. But as already said, big shout out to all of the patrons. Really appreciate it. All the stuff that we've done in the last couple of years, in the last 6 years, ever since Blizzard cancelled their support for the Heroes of the Storm esports scene. All these things wouldn't have been possible without it. So if you want to help, if you want to support those efforts, then you can do that at patreon.com/Khaldor. Link, as I mentioned, in the description on YouTube, of course, as well. Thanks in advance to everybody that's considering it, and a big shout out to the people that are already doing it. Now, Chromie is taking the next camp. Talking about camps, Siege Giants at the bottom of the map are already starting to do a bit of damage here. 2 kills to 1 at least. I don't even know if that should count as a kill. I mean, essentially, Karasim just overstepped, was a little bit too aggro and killed himself. Didn't even get that kill that he was looking for, so already 1 is in. But they are breaking through walls as we speak. I mean, they're really starting to do some work over here. So this is an early wall in the mid lane that already falls. And there is a lead in experience for the blue team too. So they are, as in the past few games, off to a pretty decent start here. So Jacqueline is starting to fly in. By now we also have the red team trying to defend, with the exception of Hogger, who's still sitting at the top. But they're not even stopping. We still have a wave here and they're saying, hey, some extra damage on that fort. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's drop that in as well. On level 1, we now have Shadow Hunter, by the way, for Zeratul. I haven't really talked about him, but no cleave build. So instead we're getting full Might of the Nerazim play that he is trying to utilize here. So all the way up towards the bot lane, we now have, actually, careful, alright, good connects, but we don't have a follow-up. Not enough damage here. Attempted channel by Chromie, but Hogger interrupts it. Blaze is now slowly rotating between the lanes again, hoping to also get them an early level 7 talent, which they could then use. And Hogger is actually losing quite a lot of hit points, but he's not the only one. That is the end of Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis was trying to get away, gets hooked and is gone. Blaze is now coming in and starts to interrupt. They're attempting to buy some time for Mal'Ganis to come back. They have, of course, also Chromie, that helps. Yeah, just need that cooldown to be ready. Oh, okay. Falstad was a bit optimistic with the range on that. But they have still with Chromie a perfect tool to ensure that they get those interrupts in. And Mal'Ganis is about to be back. There's also Blaze that is coming in from the top, so he can interrupt too. Does exactly that. And they have the level 7 talent as an added advantage and are trying to use that advantage to go for a kill on Hogger. And they get it! Chromie is able to pancake him here completely. The rest of the team is also slowly on the run. That was kill number 3 for Sigma males. And everyone else rushing away. Stitches gets body blocked. And it seems like Chromie is going to be able to get that channel. Yes, the arrows just didn't reach. Just outside of range. So, oh, careful Zeratul. Zeratul is mega low. And he's not the only one. Seems like Rhaegar is going to die next. The dog gets kicked around here. Karazim obliterated him. Blaze is pushing in the middle for more damage on the fort. And down here, they nearly got Zeratul, but they're definitely going to get that wall. Because the wall can't run. Believe me, that tower would have loved to just pack it up and run away and hide in a corner somewhere, but wasn't possible. That would be a fun mod, by the way. I would really like it if you could somehow scare structures and they could just run away from you. It feels a little bit like Night Elf in Warcraft 3, just a bit faster. But boy, yeah, that was always annoying as hell. Just like hiding AOWs all day, every day. Ugh. That's one of the reasons why everybody hates Night Elf. But by now we have the fort at the bot lane, pretty low. The fort in the middle of the map is also mega low, so both of the structures have already been severely damaged. Stitches is still looking for hooks that so far he wasn't able to connect. Half a level until level 10. And Blaze is just having a field day here. Chromie helped out with the camp clear, but with one tribute already in the hands of Sigma males, they should be able to get... Actually, they're not going for the second one. I am a little bit surprised. They are just simply going for the boss, but considering that they were so close to level 10, I really thought they would attempt to simply delay the tribute a little bit and then go for it. Seems like the red team is actually not going for the boss yet. That is going to turn out to be a mistake. That boss at the bot lane is now taken. That means that the bottom fort is gone, and now the red team made their move towards the top right, but I think they're too late. If the blue team rotates in immediately, this is going to be an absolute disaster. Falstad is already flying and is saying hello. They know what's coming. Blaze is here. Chromie gives the vision. Falstad gets hooked and killed. Nice. The problem is that Rhaegar dies too, and that's the support gone. Hogga is eliminated as well. Karazim is just punching them out one after another. They're trying to get another kill in, but they have a boss to steal too, and that is what they are about to do. So, double boss play from them, and the boss at the bottom of the map has obviously destroyed the bottom fort and is now working the wall on the keep. At the top lane, we have the next push happening. There's siege giants involved as well. Not only the boss, but on top of that, siege giants that help them with the push. Blaze is pushing the middle. Team space is a little bit too spaced out. I mean, honestly, that might be the explanation of what's happening here. Maybe some space cookies are involved. Because I did not see this. I didn't see this coming at all. All the games that we had yesterday, one game closer than the next. All the series essentially ending with a 2-3, but now it is just... they're turning into a graveyard. Kill after kill. Zeratul gets stunned out by the boss and gets attacked here. 2 tributes already for the blue team. They're soon going to get a third, I assume. Even talents for now. There's Gorge, but Karazim is just going to jump out from this. Doesn't even have to, because Stitches is being zipped back out onto the lane. And, well, he's able to escape, but so does Karazim. So, Blaze still defending at the bottom of the map. Might of the Nerazim has now been taken on level 10 by Zeratul. But with level 13 talents, there's of course another advantage kicking in for Sigma males. The blue team, by now with 15,000 damage on Chromie. Hanzo, again, talking about damage numbers. I mean, Hanzo is sitting at 24,000, but this is just another example that pure poke damage just doesn't really cut it for you. So, here's a potential curse if Sigma males takes this one. The red team feels they need to fight into it. They don't have level 13 talents. So yeah, vision is already there. A little bit of punching against Hogga. They're continuing. But they have also taken the camp here. So part of the team is currently missing. 7-sided strike. And Hogga is gone. Hogga is gone. Jet propulsion is in. Dragon Strike didn't do anything. Stitches is dead too. Now they try and go for Zeratul. He might actually escape. But Rhaegar was killed at the top. And this is a curse. We already have the top lane pushed out pretty heavily, the bot lane as well, and the camp in the middle. So this is going to hurt a lot. I don't care how low those death timers are and how quickly the red team is going to be back up on the map. But this is not going to be pretty for Team Space. Sigma males is going ham on them. The camp is taken, so now you have 2 lanes where camps are pushing, and they're trying to go for multiple keeps here. Big stun! Huge jet propulsion. And then the quick kills afterwards on Zeratul and Hanzo. Oh boy. That leaves them with 3 defenders. 1 keep is gone. The one in the middle will be destroyed. But I guess at this point they're just going to try and go for the core. Can they end before the 10-minute mark? I don't think so. It's only 20 seconds left. but they're making it still a mega fast game here. The court's falling, it's falling quickly. Who knows? Maybe they can do it after all. And they can! 10-minute game. Sigma Males with a 2-0 victory against 2Space as they kick the red team out of the tournament.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.